Do not buy another designer bag until you've seen this video, because we have some fantastic new bag releases that you can order right now or pre-order for very soon. I'm definitely tempted by a few of these. Let's dive in. The first bag is from Saint Laurent, and I feel like this is going to be a Marmite type of bag. You're either going to love it or you're going to hate it, but this is the oversized Nicky bag in fur. I'm not sure if this is a faux fur or real fur. It doesn't specify what type of fur it is on the website, but what I do know is it looks absolutely huge. Now, the oversized size of this bag retails at £5,300 in the UK, $7,200 in the US, and it comes in two different colorways. They also have a large size, so smaller than the oversized, retailing at £4,250 in the UK, $5,500 in the US. Now, the YSL Nicky bag is one of those bags that I get asked about all the time. What do I think to it? Personally, I quite like the look of it, but I quite like the Lulu more than I do the Nicky. Hence I've invested in that style instead. But what I will say is it looks like a fantastic work bag, everyday bag, but this fur version is something else. It looks like a cuddle in the form of a bag. Hey, if you are new here, my name is Steph. I will of course pop links in the description box down below for you so that you can shop this video super easily. The second bag is another one from Saint Laurent. This is the Puchon. I believe this is Roman numerals for number 7, so the Puchon 7. And this bag is kind of like a hobo bag meets a shoulder bag meets a bucket bag, and I quite like it. It's made from a supple nappa leather and it is suede leather lined. Now, the strap's quite interesting here because it looks like you can have it as a shoulder bag with a longer strap, or you can take the additional part of the strap off and have it as a smaller shoulder bag. I don't know if this is going to be long enough to cross body, but if you're into your shoulder kind of hobo style bucket bags, this could be a winner. We've got the small YSL logo on the front, which is attached to the drawstring going around the top of the bag. It retails at just under £2,000 in the UK and $2,500 in the US. Bag number 3 is from Dior. I recently did a video on the latest Dior scandal, all the alleged information that you might need. Let me know, how are you feeling about Dior? Would you consider buying from the brand right now? I would love to get your thoughts. Either way, we do have some nice new releases from the brand. The first one is the Dior Groove leather bag. This comes in various sizes, so we've got the 25 and the 30. This bag is very similar to Louis Vuitton's Speedy bag. So this is my Louis Vuitton Speedy. Now, one of the things that I do really appreciate about the new Dior Groove bag is, as you can see here, the zipper on the Speedy just goes across the top. It does not go down the sides of the bag, which can, if you've got one of the bigger sizes of Speedy, make it actually harder to get into, you know, the bottom of the bag. Things can get lost down there. Whereas the Dior Groove, you're going to be able to open it out much more easily. The 25 size of the Groove bag retails at £2,850 in the UK, $3,700 in the US for the all leather version. There are slightly cheaper versions if you want to go for the Dior oblique print. I can see this being an absolute staple across the Dior line now. Another thing to note is that you do get a detachable crossbody strap, or you can use the Groove as a top handle bag. But there's one thing I'm slightly unsure about, and that is that in a video on the Dior website, the bag actually has feet on the bottom, which would definitely be an advantage over Louis Vuitton Speedy because none of them have feet. However, there are some photographs where there are no feet on the bottom of the bag, so I'm not sure if it's a particular size that has feet on the bottom of the bag. Maybe the larger sizes, whereas the smaller sizes don't, but that's definitely worth checking, and a bit of a game changer with the zipper and the feet on the bottom, plus your detachable strap. A serious contender for Louis Vuitton Speedy. The fourth bag is another one from Dior. I actually saw this in store the other day, and I have to admit, again, I think this is a bit of a Marmite bag. You're either going to love it or hate it. Personally, I really don't like this one, but I know some people online have already been talking about how much they like this. Let me know what you think. This is the new Miss Dior flat bag, and we've got this Miss Dior bang in the middle of the bag. I'm personally not feeling that so much. I'm still kind of leaning towards the quiet luxury trend, even though I do have lots of pieces with logos on. What I'm liking right now is more of a subtle vibe, but there we go. I know some people find that a bit boring. So the Dior flat bag retails at £2,950 in the UK, $3,800 in the US. Personally, I think you can buy nicer looking, more classic, timeless bags for the same amount of money. But if you like this style, it's definitely something different. Now, carrying on with the Miss Dior print, Dior have definitely gone all out with this for this current season. This is the book tote bag in the large size, and it is bright fuchsia pink with Miss Dior written on the front of it. Again, not one that I would choose to purchase myself, but it retails at £2,750 in the UK, $3,700 in the US. For me, if I was spending nearly £3,000 on a tote bag, it absolutely would not be this Miss Dior bag. Again, I'm just not feeling the big kind of graffiti style print on the front of the bag. One that I do like, however, which is bag number 6 on our list, is the Toujours bag in this graphic canage print. So the Toujours bag is a tote bag that Dior brought out, I think it was about a year, maybe 2 years ago now, and I've always liked this. It comes in the traditional kind of canage stitching. It feels like a kind of cool, casual tote bag. I've tried one of these on. The thing that puts me off is the strap going across the front. I do worry that if that gets bent, it could soon start looking a little bit haggard and then kind of ruin the aesthetic of the bag. But if you've got one, let me know how you're getting on with it. So this new graphic canage print retails at £3,450, $4,400 in the US, and this is for the medium size. I do believe they've brought all the sizes out, so there's a small, medium and large in this new graphic canage print. However, for me personally, I think I would go with the original. But this new version Dior are calling the modern 3D version of the house's icon. Bag number 7 on our list is an absolute icon, but it has had a mega upgrade, and it is the Dior book tote bag. So I have mine here. This is in the small size in the Jardin print, and the new book tote bag has some fantastic features that this older version does not. So the new small version, what are the differences? We have these leather sides going down the side of the bag. Traditionally, it would just be more of the print carried on. I do quite like there's some leather detail on the book tote bag. We also have what looks like a zipper compartment and some pockets inside of the bag. And the big game changer is the cross body strap or shoulder strap that you can then attach to the book tote bag. And again, you will see inside of here, I do have a liner in here, but there's no zipper compartment, there are no pockets inside, and there is no way to attach a strap. The only way that I can use this bag is with a top handle, so I think these changes are really welcome. You can get the small size now for £2,750. I think I paid about £2,400 for this one. So I definitely think if you're in the market for a new designer bag and you like the book tote, I would definitely pay more and get those additional upgrades because they're just going to be a game changer. About $3,500 in the US. Bag number 8 on our list is another one from Dior, and I must say I do think it's the most perfect bag for spring, summer, especially those holidays, although it does have its drawbacks. This is the Dior Riviera hat basket bag. We have Christian Dior on the front, we have the wicker woven, we have the longer crossbody strap, and I just love the way the toile de joie, like the material inside kind of ruches at the top, so you can kind of close the bag a little bit. This is going to be perfect for those beach days, and I absolutely love like the lime color it comes in. It also comes in a pink. What do we think? Personally, I remember when the Lady Dior came out in the wicker, and that was super, super popular. I was really tempted to get one myself, but I actually think the hat basket bag in the wicker lends itself much more nicely to being a summer bag. Just like the shape of it feels a bit more organic and bigger as well, so you're going to be able to get more inside. Obviously, the drawbacks of a wicker bag, they're hard to pack because they won't fold down at all. There is no leeway there. And the larger the size, maybe the more it will weigh, but the more you'll be able to get inside. Okay, how much do these cost? £4,100 in the UK currently, $5,200 in the US. Whew, we have a lot to go through, so I'm going to speed through these next ones. We have a few from Gucci. The first one is this bucket bag. So it kind of looks like the Jackie bucket bag. Personally, I'm really sad that Gucci changed the detail on the front, like the locking device of the Jackie bag. But anyway, now it's just like this clippy thing, which kind of feels a little bit cheap, to be honest. But nonetheless, I do quite like this as a bucket bag. It retails at £1,580 in the UK, $2,300 in the US, and we have a few colours. You can get it in the classic Gucci colourway, which I think is really nice. The 10th bag on our list, another one from Gucci. This is a barrel bag, like an east-west barrel bag, and it has the Gucci shadow print on it, which I'm starting to see across more of their bags now. It feels a bit more retro than the traditional GG print that we all know and love. This comes currently in taupe and a deep burgundy red colour. I like the length of the strap, so you can use it as a shoulder bag, but it does also come with a cross-body strap. These retail at £1,580, $2,250 in the US. Bag number 11, we have the Gucci Totisma, I think I pronounced that correctly, tote bag. I really like this as a tote bag. I really, really do. And it's the detail inside of the bag that really makes this one for me. It retails at £1,670 in the UK, $2,490 in the US. It comes in this absolutely sensational burgundy color. I think there's yellow, and they've also got the classic Gucci color combinations. But the thing that I love about this bag so much is the detail inside of the bag. Like, it has the Gucci green and red band running on the inside. And it also comes with a detachable leather pouch which has Gucci written on it, so you could use this separately as maybe like a little clutch bag. Really, really cute tote bag from Gucci. Bag number 12 on our list. Speaking of classics that have had an update, this is definitely a classic. This is the Gucci Marmont bag in a new 2.0 version. This updated icon is going to set you back £3,080 in the UK, $3,980 in the US. And it's the Marmont bag with kind of all these pockets all over it. It almost feels a little bit utilitarian. I'm not exactly sure what would fit in all of these different pockets, but I must say it's quite nice to see some life revived into this classic, because at one point it was absolutely everywhere. Everyone wanted this bag, and for sure it has definitely now died a bit of a death. Maybe the 2.0 version can revive it. Bag number 13, one from Prada here. I did actually see this the other day in Harrods. This is the new Amy bag. It retails at £2,400 in the UK, $3,250 in the US. It currently comes in some really classic colours such as black, caramel, grey, and I believe like an off-white as well. But I just like the way this bag's been pulled together. It reminds me a little bit of the Louis Vuitton soft trunk. So you've kind of got an east-west vibe, but then because it's a shoulder hobo bag, it kind of sags down. I really like that. I think it could look absolutely fantastic. I've no doubt this comes in different sizes, but I think for me, the caramel color is the winner. So if you're into your shoulder hobo bags, they look smart, but they also have a vibe of casual to them. This could be a winner. Now, I said that some of these bags I am seriously considering, and bag number 14 is absolutely on my considerations list, like pretty high up right now. This is the Bottega parachute bag. Now, I've had my eye on the Andiamo tote bag from Bottega for a while. Couldn't quite bring myself to buy one, but I think the parachute bag is actually a better kind of shape of bag, and I think I prefer it. Okay, so currently the parachute bag comes in a large size and a small size. The large one retails at £4,390 in the UK, $5,900 in the US. They have it in this beautiful, like, deep chocolate brown color. I think they might have it in black, and they have it in this really nice sage green. The smaller version, they have this absolutely, you tell me what you think, but like an aqua, almost it reminds me of cake icing kind of blue, like a fondant blue. This is so gorgeous with the gold hardware. Now, this bag folds out, so then it's one big compartment, and I just think it's probably going to be easier to use. And I must say, this looks really cool when you put it on your shoulder, especially the large size. But if you do go for the smaller size, it does come with a crossbody / longer shoulder strap, which the large one doesn't come with. If you don't like any of the colors currently available, but like the style of bag, I've no doubt Bottega will be bringing out more colors, because wow, I must say, this is one of my favorite, if not my favorite Bottega bag ever. Whew. Okay, next up we're going to be diving into Louis Vuitton, and there are some good bags we are about to go through, but I need a drink first. Trusty Stanley. Oh, much better. Bag number 15 then, Louis Vuitton. Okay, I'm really excited about this. Again, it seems like a lot of the fashion houses are reviving some of their icons and giving them an update and listening to customer feedback. This is an exciting one. This is the Louis Vuitton Neverfull upside down. So this is a Neverfull bag, the most popular bag from Louis Vuitton ever, and you can now reverse it. So it has a canvas side and a leather side. So the BB size, which is the smaller size, is going to retail at around $2,850. It's not available yet, but you might be able to pre-order it very soon. The larger size, there is going to be an MM. This one is going to retail at $3,250. So I found on Instagram, and there is a bit of a difference. The BB kind of has the lock on the front. Let me grab mine. So here we go. I have one of the older ones, and this kind of cool lock where you attach and close the bag together is on the outside of the bag. So they've just reinvented this. And the larger size, which is going to be the same size as this, doesn't seem to have that lock on the front. It does just seem to be in all leather and then have Louis Vuitton on the leather side. But of course you can then flip it and have the canvas side if you want to. Oh, and it looks like you do get a pouch as well as the Neverfull bag, which is quite traditional actually. You can use this as a little clutch bag pouch. You can put cosmetics in it or money, things like that, which I think is really nice. Okay, on to bag number 16, another one from Louis Vuitton that's definitely causing a stir right now. And again, this is one of those bags that I'm actually considering, even though I never thought this style of bag I would consider. But it just looks so cool. Or let me know what you think. This is the Louis Vuitton Lucky trunk bag. Now, I have been interested in the trunk bag for quite some time, the soft trunk bag. I've tried a few on, but this Lucky trunk, I don't know. I really love the gold detail, which runs either side. It's a hobo style bag. It kind of has that soft slouchiness to it. It is designed to be, I believe, a shoulder bag. It retails at £2,610 in the UK, $3,700 in the US. It's currently available to pre-order with delivery in about 1 to 2 months time at this time of filming. A lot of people saying because this is like a very thin bag, it doesn't have any depth to it, what is going to fit inside? But I do think because it's going to slouch down in the middle, it looks like it opens out quite a lot. I think we're going to be surprised with how much fits inside of this bag. It's playing up to Louis Vuitton's heritage. It comes with a leather strap so you can wear it as a shoulder, but it doesn't look like this is adjustable, so you're not going to be able to crossbody it. But it does also come with a nice gold chain, so if you wanted to dress it up a little bit more, you could just use the chain as a strap instead, or leave it dangling down, or completely take it off. Bag number 17 is another one from Louis Vuitton. This is the piano tote bag, and I think this is going to make a fantastic work bag because we have a zip closure. This one's retailing at £1,860 in the UK, $2,450 in the US. Now we do have the vachetta leather straps, which you can adjust, and I like that when you adjust it, the strap just kind of dangles a little bit more. We do have vachetta leather running across, I believe, the bottom, or definitely the bottom side of the bag. So for me, that's a slight concern, but I absolutely love it, particularly because I love a zip closure. It makes everything more secure. A few more from Louis Vuitton we're going to speed through now. We've got the Louis Vuitton low-key bum bag, and the low-key is a new range from Louis Vuitton. We've seen the hobo bag, but it's now coming out in more styles of bag, one of which I'm going to show you in a second, which it just looks so good. Okay, so the bum bag retails at just over £2,000 in the UK. It's an all leather bag, $2,690 in the US. It comes in a variety of colours. I think this would also work as a shoulder bag, the way that they've made it slouchy. I would have to see it on as a bum bag. Personally, I don't know so much about this one. I would probably just go for a canvas version of the bum bag and save a few £100, but it could look really cool on at the same time. Haven't seen it on yet, so really interested to get my hands on this in person. Now, speaking of the new low-key range, we now have this Cabas tote bag coming out, and it looks slouchy and beautiful and gorgeous. It's going to retail at about $4,350 in the US. I'm not sure of the UK price. Apparently this one is coming out on the 2nd of August, so at this time of filming, I cannot currently find it on the website, but it might be there very soon. Expect a cognac, a black, and maybe a few other staple colours to begin with. I think this is a really, really beautiful tote bag. Again, all leather, so it's going to be a bit easier to clean and just look a bit more luxurious than a canvas option. Next, we have another classic from Louis Vuitton. This is the on-the-go bag. It's been out in various sizes. So I have it in the size. It comes in a GM size, which is bigger than this one. I also have the PM size, which is smaller than the but now we have a new size, which is even smaller than the PM size. We have the new BB. In Empreinte leather, so all leather bag. This one retails at just over £2,000 in the UK, just under $3,000 in the US. I must say, it's very, very cute, but I do think this is expensive for what is a really small tote bag. And just based on my experience, the PM size of the bag is already pretty small. Like in here, I can fit all of my essentials, like my phone, a card holder, and other little bits. I don't actually know if the BB would be of any use to me because I think it would just be a little bit too small, but very cute. Bag 21, and this is definitely getting some raving reviews right now. People are really excited about this. This is the new LV Locket bag. It reminds me a lot of the Alma bag. I think this is going to be like one of those bags that becomes a staple if you are looking for your first designer bag from Louis Vuitton. It retails at £1,670 in the UK, $2,400 in the US. It's currently on pre-orders only. You have the top handles, which is cute, a zip closure. Again, I love this for security. And it also has a longer chain strap. I'm not sure if it also comes with a leather strap. Hopefully it does, because then you'd be able to cross-body it. But I can see this bag kind of replacing the Alma. The Alma's a really beautiful bag, but because the zippers go down the side of the bag, it can actually be really faffy to get into. I think this new Locket BB is going to be much easier to use. Okay, this next one, I'm going to predict it. This is going to be popular. This is the new Slouchy bag, which is apparently launching around the 13th of September 2024. This looks so cool. It's going to retail at about $2,500 in the US. And I love that the sides of this, like, it looks like you're going to be able to get loads in this, but it also kind of has the same vibe. It reminds me a little bit of the Prada Amy that we talked about earlier at the start of this video. That just slouchy effect, you put it on your shoulder, but this feels a little bit bigger than the Amy does. The Prada would be a great option if you're looking for something all leather, but if you do like a monogram canvas, I think this is going to be a popular one. I also think they might bring this out in an all leather version as well down the line if you prefer Louis Vuitton as a brand. Okay, now the bag that I have seen the most hype around in terms of people being like, Steph, have you seen this bag? I'm really excited for it to be released. This is the new Louis Vuitton Soft Speedy bag. So the Speedy bag, again, is an absolute icon. We have seen the Speedy P9, so the leather versions of the Speedy bag come out, and these have been really popular, but they are very, very expensive. Like, the leather does look beautiful, but if you don't want to be spending about £7,000 on a bag, close to nearly $10,000 in the US, this could be a really great new option. So Louis Vuitton are bringing this out in the Empreinte leather. I'm no doubt we will see this in more leathers going forward, but the 30 size retails at £2,940 in the UK. It's going to retail at $3,900 in the US. I also like that you can get this in like all black. So again, if you aren't into your bright leather colors, I think this is a fantastic option. Now, there is also coming very soon, if you don't want an all leather version, you like the canvas option from Louis Vuitton, a soft Speedy in the canvas. Two options we've seen photos of that are going to be released soon. We have the Speedy 30 with the black leather trim in the monogram canvas in the like soft oversized slouchy style. This one's going to retail at about $3,450 in the US. We also have a more premium version of the canvas coming, and this one has an ostrich leather finish. It also seems to have like a charm on it. I don't know if that comes with the bag or not, but I think it's really cool. So this 30 size, meant to be launching about the 27th of September, so you'll be able to get your pre-orders in around now. This one is going to retail at just over $5,000 in the US. So if you like the canvas but want a more premium exotic leather, then this is an absolute no-brainer. No doubt we're going to see the Soft Speedy absolutely take off. I feel like Louis Vuitton's really trying to revive the Speedy bag. It is a classic, it is an icon, but it's always been perceived as an entry-level bag. Now that Louis Vuitton are bringing this out in the leather versions and the exotic versions, obviously we have the really famous like £1,000,000 crocodile bag that we often see Pharrell Williams carrying around. It's kind of elevating the status of the Speedy bag. Really interesting marketing from the brand. Now let's move on to a few new Celine bags that are absolutely gorgeous. We have this new Teen Garance bag. Now we've got the Celine Teen Triomphe. It's been super, super popular, but I really like this Garance bag. It has a longer strap to it. However, it does look like the strap isn't adjustable. So I don't think you're going to be able to crossbody this bag, which is a huge shame. It's only going to be first released in patent leather as well. I think there's a black and like a burgundy option. Patent leather is not my favorite type of leather. You can get like sticky marks on it. If you get makeup on your fingers and then touch the bag, they start to look quite grubby quite quickly, so you need to clean them a lot. But this one retails at £2,950 in the UK, just over $4,000 in the US. A nice bag, but a few downsides to it. I think they could have made this one slightly better, but let's see what it's like in real life. Next up, bag 25 on our list, we have the Celine Terrence bag. And this is like a shoulder bag with the Triomphe logo on. It looks like you can adjust the strap, so you can have it as a shorter, like closer up here shoulder bag, or a longer one. Personally, again, I think it's a shame. Gucci do this really well with their shoulder bags. They actually have an extender in there so that you can then crossbody the bag. It doesn't look like that's going to be the case here with Celine. Again, a huge shame, a huge miss, because it means the bag's not going to be as functional. It's going to retail at just over £2,000 in the UK, just under $3,000 in the US. Now, let's move on to some new Chanel bags that are coming out right now. And I have to say, this next one is really exciting because it looks very similar to my favorite Chanel bag of all time. This is this new Chanel mini flat bag with top handle. This is a seasonal piece. What this means is it's going to be out for this season, but it might not be back again. So if you like the look of this, try and get your hands on it as quickly as you can. And the reason that I like this so much is because it reminds me of the Chanel Business Affinity. If you are a subscriber, you will know that I talk about this bag a lot because I love it. You have the classicness of Chanel with the logo and the quilting, but it's way more practical, I think, than like a classic flat bag, because you have the top handle and then inside you have one big compartment and a zipper compartment. So I just find this really easy to use. And of course you can use the longer strap to crossbody it. Now, doesn't this look similar to the new mini flat bag? On the website, it looks like this is going to be available in dark beige. No doubt they will bring it out in some other colours as well. But again, it kind of feels like Chanel maybe have listened to some complaints of the Business Affinity. Because we have this zipper compartment on the front, this bag can fall over quite easily. It looks like this new mini flat bag, because it's more rectangular shaped, might not have the same issue. The leather is a lambskin, but being Chanel, this is definitely going to set you back a pretty penny. When I got my Business Affinity, my pink one, I have two, it cost me £3,300 the last time I ordered the Business Affinity. This mini flat bag, the prices have gone up. Okay, of course they have. Going to retail at £4,730 in the UK, $5,700 in the US. It feels like any Chanel bag right now is a pretty big investment. But I must say, I do like this one. And I think if you did buy one, you would actually get a lot of use out of it, because I definitely get a lot of use out of my Business Affinity. Okay, bag number 27 on our list, another one from Chanel. We have this mini flap with the extra large logo. To say the quiet luxury trend has been a thing right now, this is definitely not quiet luxury. This is very much, I have a big Chanel logo on the front. It reminds me a lot of the vintage classic flaps where you've got the really big Chanel logo on. It's just a shame the new ones aren't coated with real gold. Okay, so this mini flat bag with extra large logo is going to retail about £4,550 in the UK, $5,500 in the US, and I do believe it comes in a few neutral colours such as black and white. I did see them in Harrods the other day. I will say they look lovely. Bag number 28 is one of my favourites, again from Chanel. I don't use it as much as I do the Business Affinity, but they have some fantastic versions of the bag, and this one is no change to that. So this is the Chanel boy bag, but it now comes with a top handle, which I do believe we have seen in the past, but it's quite rare. This might be a seasonal thing, or they might keep it, I'm not too sure. But this comes in this beautiful like burgundy colour, and they also have, I think it's like a navy as well. So you can use it with as a top handle or as a shoulder bag, possibly crossbody bag. I would need to check that one out. It retails at £6,360 in the UK, $7,800. Now I do have 3 Chanel boy bags, and I must say I do love them. They feel way more edgier than the classic flat, but as you can see, there's no way to top handle this. You can only shoulder it or use it as a crossbody bag. So I do like a top handle bag, and I could be tempted with this. I think I've actually got enough Chanel boy bags, but honestly, if I didn't and I was considering one, I do think the top handle is going to be a bit of a game changer. Next up is this new Chanel backpack. Again, it looks like a seasonal version of the bag. And I must say, the backpack, I think, is a really underrated style of bag. If you have to carry some quite heavy things around with you all day, a backpack, oh my gosh, they're just going to absolutely save your shoulders. The only thing is you do have to maybe be a bit more careful about someone putting their hand into your bag. So for security reasons, you want to make sure you're not in maybe too much of an overcrowded area. Okay, so this is going to come in the beautiful Chanel caviar leather. It's going to retail at £4,550 in the UK and $5,500 in the US. Again, this beautiful burgundy colour. We have a flat pocket on the front, and it looks like you just cinch the top of the bag in. It is worth noting, a possible drawback of this backpack, however, is that it has a full chain and leather woven strap, which does mean if you aren't wearing like a shirt or something like that, you might have the chains directly on your skin, which could become a little bit uncomfortable. And finally, one of the most popular bags from Chanel, we have the mini flat bag. These often sell out really quickly because they're at a better price point than the kind of classic flaps, the bigger sizes. But this Chanel mini flap has an adjustable strap. Now, one of the big bugbears I know a lot of people have when it comes to the classic flat bag from Chanel is that you can't adjust the straps. You can't really crossbody them, you can only really shoulder them. But with this one, you can adjust it. So you might be able to wear this one crossbody. It's going to retail at £4,730 in the UK, $5,700 in the US, a classic but more versatile. Have any of these new releases of designer bags caught your eye? Let me know in the comments down below, but make sure you don't go anywhere because coming up next, the best and worst designer bags that I think you could buy this year and why. Enjoy.